Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome to Roswell, New Mexico. So, we got a new truck. We got a Peterbilt 567. This is new in the workshops by Sissel, S-I-S-L. Came out about a week ago, but this is the first I've seen of it. And I saw it earlier today on a mod site. But it is in the Steam Workshop. And actually, I don't want to say be careful. Yeah, be careful, because I saw it on a mod site, and I don't know. It something about it didn't look right being there. So I went to the workshop, and it's one of the most popular downloads right now. One up about a week ago, and Sissel always makes good stuff. He's got a ton of really. If you go to the Sissel workshop, in the workshop, you'll see how many very cool mods he's made that you might not have known that he made them, but he made them. So he does good work, and I'm very pleased with this so far. But be careful that you download it from the workshop, so Sissel gets the credit for it, and not from some dodgy mod site like I almost did. Right. Why do we have a 4x8, and why does it have flags and a banner on it? Because we're 20% of the way through our plan. We got to haul 5 heavy cargoes in a row and make 100 grand doing it. We shouldn't have a problem making 100 grand because we made 140,000 off our first one, right? Which was the one we took to, we took from Ukiah to, the other place. And unfortunately, I don't see anything heavy going out of here. So, maybe out of Artesia, which is just right down the road. Yes. 4 hours to get to Artesia. So it's going to take a minute to get there. It's not that far. It's about 50 miles, I think, 70 miles. So we'll go get this, and this will be 2 of 5. So let's see how far do we got. 28 miles. That won't take long at all. So this truck has, it's a new model, I guess, and some of the, because the way mods work, if you know this, then please excuse me for telling you something you already know. But if you don't know this, I'm gonna lay some knowledge on you. So the way it works is different mods apply to different things, and then within that mod, they apply to different things as well. So you can make a skin, right? What trucks does that skin fit? It fits the Peterbilt 389, and that's the only truck that it will fit. And then within that, you can say it only fits the 389 day cab or whatever. So there's an engine pack, and very often you'll see, like in a mod, it will say for all base game trucks or something. And that's just what it means. The mod maker has been able to code that mod so that it will fit or apply to every base game truck. Well, this is not a base game truck. It's relatively new. So I've got a couple engine packs, but the mod makers have not been able to change the code yet, patch it up to include this truck. So this truck only comes with the engines that it comes with, and I know that sounds like kind of a derp thing, but what it means is if you have custom engines, they're not going to show up as available for this truck. So right now we've got a Cummins X15 at 565 horsepower and an Eaton Fuller 18-speed with a retarder, and it's pretty quiet compared to what we've had, but you know what? That doesn't always bother me. You let me out? Everybody's letting me out. What kind folks there are in Roswell. So from the look of it, from the outside, in fact, we might do a little screenshot right here. If we're hopping outside anyway. If you look at the truck from the outside, it's pretty contemporary, not not absolutely like Tesla electric truck contemporary, but it's pretty contemporary. I gotta get get my map turned back on. So I think it would be appropriate for it to have kind of a quiet motor like we've got in here right now, that it's not, I don't know, I feel like the only place that's really appropriate is in the 389 because it's just got such a hot rod look to it. So I'm pleased with the Cummins that's in here so far. I mean, we haven't hauled anything with it yet. I just got the truck a few minutes ago. Oh, that's right. I didn't even bring you up to speed on what's going on. So we delivered to Artesia. We hauled that scraper, that 100,000-pound scraper from Ukiah to Artesia. I did get the credit for that in the Steam page for the game. So that was kind of a big one to cross off there, because 1,000 miles with no tickets and no damage is, it's not that big a deal. It's kind of a big deal. And with that great big trailer too. It's got to be a long, heavy trailer to qualify. So we got it. We made 140 grand. And now we're in Artesia. And I had said in the episode, we're making money faster than we're spending it. We got to do something. We can't just, And we did. I bought a garage in Roswell. There was no garage in Artesia, but there was one in Roswell. So I bought a garage in Roswell, and we have 6 trucks now. I bought this 5, 6, 7. And it sort of worked out because I didn't want to start buying Kenworth. I don't hate Kenworth. It's not like, Ford v Chevy or anything. I'm just not a fan. And I am a fan of Peterbilt. So I was super stoked to see this. Now, something else that's weird is I'm only recording one American Truck Sim video per week now. And I'm so busy with so many sims. This channel, I mean, it's fascinating. It really is, like, how this channel has changed the way I see gaming. And I still love gaming. But, like, today is Thursday. This video is going to get posted on Saturday. Why am I recording it on Thursday? Why not just, like, knock it out Saturday? Well, because it takes between 4 and 6 hours to render, because I'm trying to do everything at 1080p 60, and I've got title graphics now to cut in there, and it's a whole scene. So it takes quite a while to render. And tomorrow, Friday, is F1 Friday, so I've got to post an F1 race, and that means that I have to record my Sochi race today, my Russia race. I have to record that in F1 2017 to get that into render, and that's going to take 4 to 6 hours, and I need to do that, have that ready tomorrow. But instead of recording this on Friday and posting it on Saturday, there's a big race that I have to prep in R Factor 2, so I can post that on Sunday, which is race day. I always want to post racing videos on Sunday. So there's all this stuff going on that I never would have really anticipated before I started doing this. And there's, like, I don't want to say behind the scenes stuff, but there kind of is, like finding mods, or, I'll find something, I'll find a mod, or I'll find a car pack or something for a racing sim. And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. And I start recording a video, and then, like, something happens, or there's a game crash, or something's not compatible, or whatever. And now it's like, do I take this mod out and, do something different, or do I make this work? And then I'll get like I don't know. I'll just get a feeling like, no, I'm going to make this work. And I'll spend hours and hours and hours getting a sim to work, or getting a mod to work, or something. So it's crazy that it's like 5 or 6 hours of work to make a 30-minute video. And I don't mind at all. I think it's super, super cool, and I'm enjoying it. But it's like it's like gaming cuts into my gaming time now, if that makes sense. Because the time that it takes to prep something is time that I could be gaming or doing something else. So it's really weird that that I would need to, like, schedule. Okay, I'm going to knock this out because American Truck Sim and Euro Truck, I wouldn't say that they're, like, simple or easy or anything, but it's not as hard to record a 30-minute truck sim video as it is to, like, do a Formula 1 race. different mods, different, different kind of deal. But it's like, let's get this knocked out, and then I have the rest of the day to fight with F1. If that makes sense. Right, and we had, what, 4 hours to get down here? So I think we should be okay. Yep, and this is going to Albuquerque, which is 234 miles, not far. So continue. Where be... Is that it right in front of us? Sure is. Okay. I like that the microphone cable on the CB swings. I think that's cool. What do we want to do? You want to go third person? You never want to go third person. You always want to do this in cab. That's fine. Can't even see it. And then no way. On the blind side, oh, I'm so happy right now. Now, I don't know, and we're about to find out together, I don't know if this thing has airlines. Oh, and it does. Fantastic. Right, what it does have is a lift axle. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Fantastic. It does come with a full sleeper version, too. And we might have to do that. Right, okay. You know what? Let's get rid of this because that's kind of screenshotable right there. I love that the little flags up front flap. I think that's just a crazy detail. Love it. Okay. Let's pull her out here. Very screenshotable. Okay, cool. Not too far to go. 234 miles. We should be there. It's 11 a.m., so we should be there well before dark. All right, very cool. Okay, new truck. Very cool new truck. New garage. And we'll take this job, and everything's going pretty good so far. And we got plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel. There we go. Right. I think I'm going to be kind of an a-hole. Wouldn't be the first time. Xfinity's letting me out. Thanks, buddy. Now, learn my lesson here. I've hooked so many cars with these long trailers. And this thing's not super heavy. It's not as heavy as the scraper. It's pretty heavy, but 565 horsepower. I say horsepower. I know horsepower is really not the number that matters in a truck engine. I know it's torque, but it's just the number that, I don't know, comes to mind. Good frame rate. Pleased about that. It's a small town. Roswell's a small town, but we're still at 50 FPS. So happy there. And yeah, man, it's a good. It feels like a Friday. It's only a Thursday, but it feels like a Friday. Interesting. What am I caught on? I mean, I'm caught on something, but what am I caught on? We'll split the difference on that. You got damage? No damage. We'll split the difference on that. I didn't see what I was caught on, and if I can't see it, then I certainly wouldn't know how to avoid it. So it goes. You know, I don't know where I'm at with stuff like that. I don't want to be too casual about it, like, whatever, you know. I try to be super mindful about not hooking the trailer, you know, swinging plenty wide. And I know it's just a game. It's not perfect. There's stuff, there's invisible collisions, and, you know, at the same time, anytime something like that happens, I don't just want to automatically blow it off and be like, stupid game is broken. Whatever, it's not my fault. So I try to strike a balance. You know, I'll be as good a driver as I can, but I recognize that from time to time the game just does something a little screwy. For the life of me, I'll check the replay, but for the life of me, I couldn't see what I was snagged on back there. And I certainly thought I had swung wide enough, but so it goes. So it goes. Yeah, it's Thursday. Feels like Friday. I don't know why. And we'll get this buttoned up. It's almost lunchtime where I am. It's my insomnia, man. It like comes and goes. I didn't fall asleep till 5 a.m. and then I had to be up about 8:30. And then did some running around, and by the time I get sorted out here, it's going to be time to have lunch. And then it's kind of a weird dilemma, because it's like, you know, I don't want to take a nap. Well, I mean, of course I want to take a nap. Naps are awesome. I don't want to take a nap. I got stuff to do, and then that throws me off. So it's like, you know, just stay up till it's time to sleep tonight. And the problem is, then if I don't fall asleep tonight, I'll be up for like 24 hours, 36 hours, and that'll start to make you crazy after a while. So it's almost like maybe I should take a nap, if that's going to be the only sleep I get for a while. Hard to say. But I got plenty to do today. Like I said, I got work stuff, like work, and then I've got to prep that Sochi race. And Sochi is not like, there's some tracks that I feel really good on in F1, and there are other tracks that I just absolutely do not feel good on at all. And Sochi, I don't know why, but I'm just not comfortable on it at all. It really, Baku is the same way. I just don't ever really feel comfortable or at home there, and I feel like I never really get a good flow, a good vibe. So we'll see. But I'm out of sync with the season, and it doesn't matter anyway, because I've only been into F1 2017 for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe, 6 weeks. I just kind of came across the game tangentially through other racing sims. But F1 2018 is going to be out in another 2 months, month and a half. So I don't feel a need to do, I mean, part of me is like, you know, try to knock out the entire 2017 season, which would be 2 or 3 races per week from now till F1 2018 comes out. And I'm sort of not tripping out about that for a couple reasons. One is, ain't nobody coming to my channel anyway. So nobody's going to be seeing these videos and like, dude, you gotta like bust out the whole season before F1 2017 is gone. You know, you gotta be ready for F1 2018. And it's like, yeah, okay. And the other problem is I'm only posting one F1 race per week. Trying not to hit this car, but he's like not letting me over. I'm trying to only post one F1 race per week. Is it here? Is it the next one? I feel like it's the next one. Or is it this one? It's this one. Yep. Oh, this is a big truck. Oy. Sorry, folks. I'm only posting one F1 race per week. So if I were to try to catch up with the season, you know, try to bust out the whole 2017 season before the end of the year, well, it wouldn't be before the end of the year, it'd be before August. If I wanted to do that before August, I would have to either post 2 or 3 episodes per week or do 2 or 3 races per week and then only post the one that, like, works out the best, if that makes sense, which is kind of what I'm doing with MotoGP 2018. I'm not super good at it yet, and there's like 7 races in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, which is the level that I'm at now. There's 7 races in the season, and I'm going to put up like 2 or maybe 3, you know, just the ones that really kind of work out well and don't suck. And I'll do that until I'm better at the game and I can post the full season. So I could do that with F1, you know, just post the races that go well. Like Sochi, I don't think is going to go well. So I would race Sochi, but I wouldn't record it. And then, what's after Sochi? Spain? Maybe? I can't remember. But whatever the next race is, you see what I mean? Like, I know Sochi's going to suck. So just race it off camera, get it out of the way, and then go into the next race and be like, hey, you know, did Sochi last week, and this is where I am in the points, et cetera, et cetera. So I could do that. But I won't, like, I wouldn't be getting back in sync. This weekend is what? Where are they racing this week? France? Canada. No, Canada was the last one. Wow, I just saw the thing. Is it France? I think it might be France. Either way, there's a GP this week. And what I would like to do is, for F1 2018, wherever the circuit is that week, like wherever the season is that week, that's the race that I would do. And there's not problems with that, but typically when a game comes out, like when F1 2018 comes out in August, there are several people that are like really big into the Codemasters games, the F1 games. And within like 3 or 4 weeks, they will have done the entire 20 race season. They'll do like 1 episode per day or whatever. And I've got, you know, at best I could do 1 episode per week. So it would be, it's 20 races in a season, 1 episode per week. At best it would be 5 months before I had the whole season done. And I'm okay with that. And the thing about doing gaming videos on YouTube is people want to see like the latest thing, which is cool. I don't have any problem with that at all. Like, I've done some videos recently of some DLC packs that have dropped for race sims, and those videos have gotten the most views of any videos that I've posted so far. So I get that people are looking to, like, they don't necessarily just want to watch gaming. People want to see what's up. So like when 1.31 came out for ATS, I was looking for videos because I wanted to see, like, I'd heard about these cables. Let's see what these cables are all about. And I think it's the same way with racing games. Like, people want to see a new season. So if I'm doing a season, a 20 race season, and I'm doing 1 episode per week, that's 5 months. It's like after a few weeks, people have not, it's not that they've forgotten about it, but it's like, you know, a lot of things happen in 5 months. So I mean, I want to have a different kind of channel. I want to have a kind of a long format channel, slow paced, classy, like you read about in your magazines. But I recognize that's not always, it doesn't always make it easy to follow something. It's like people kind of want to binge now, right? They'd rather have 20 F1 races in a couple of weeks than 1 race per week for 5 months. But I believe that there is a type of YouTube viewer that does want longer format and does want slow-paced, kind of chill gaming. So this thing, this Billy the Kid historical monument, you can see it's highlighted because I've been in there. Man, I have driven all over this map trying to get some of these Steam achievements, and some of them I think, and like I was saying before, I don't automatically want to be like, oh, stupid game's bugged out, doesn't even work. But I swear there's some of these Steam achievements where, it's like, go to this place, so I go to that place, and it's not giving it to me, and I have multiple laptops, so I got another laptop open, and I'm like double checking it, like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? And it's like, go to this place, and I look at the other laptop, and I'm like, man, I'm at that place. Where am I Steam achievement at? What's going on up here? I'm scared. Hold me. No, it's okay. So yeah, little stuff like that. We're not running any map mods. There's no C2C. There's no pro mods. That's just base game, and that's, they'll fix it in a patch. It's not that big a deal anyway, but these games aren't not always perfect, and they're so big and so complex. I don't really. I'm not like mad or anything. Like, oh, there's a tree in the road. Who cares? There's a very, if you're wondering why I'm shifting the way I'm shifting, this truck has kind of a weird torque curve. It doesn't pull much below 1500, and then it runs out of torque right around 1800. So, trying to find my sweet spot. But that's kind of the story of my life. So we'll get this delivered, and this will be 2 of 5. And we've made well over our $100,000 goal. So I would guess that at this point we just need to do 3 more. And it doesn't really matter how much money we make. And I think that'll be perfect because we've got, if we do 1 episode per week, that's going to put us in this truck for approximately a month. And I think that's about the right amount of time before we switch to something else. I want there to be some variety. I know, and again, like looking at other channels and channels that I've subscribed to and YouTubers that I've watched, I know there are some channels where it's almost kind of manic, where every episode is like a farm simulator video where every episode is a new piece of equipment. And if you're just, showcasing equipment or doing previews or whatever, that's cool. But some of these YouTubers, they're like, I'm super realistic. I play super realistic, and then they're buying a 600,000 euro tractor every few days. And I get it. It's just a game. It's it's cool, but at the same time, it's like, to me, that's not very realistic. And I've found some YouTubers that it's like, well, in Farm Sim, we'll use that as an example. In Farm Sim, there is realistic play, right? And I feel like realistic play typically means not using giant equipment, and that's it. Like, that's all that's required for realistic play. And for me, since Seasons came out and a lot of other details, I think you can do some more specific economic and business modeling in game and try to figure out, like, our goal is to make money here. Well, really our goal is to play with tractors and farming equipment, but it's in the context, it's in the framework of we're running a farm, right? So how are we going to run our farm? And I feel like even players that say they're realistic, that just means they don't use big equipment or modded equipment that's kind of silly, like a combine harvester with a 1,000,000-liter tank holds 1,000,000 liters of grain. I don't know, or a header that's 500 feet wide, stuff like that. I know a lot of that is just kids having fun and clowning. That's cool. Kids have fun. But it seems like, not doing those things is enough to be able to say you're a realistic farmer, farm simulator farmer. And when you get into the economic modeling and, like, what do we want to plant and what size equipment would a farm this size have, not necessarily because of the size of the roads, but because of how much money a farm like that would make. And to me, that's realistic farming. And I have seen farmers like that, virtual farmers on YouTube. I've seen sim farmers that are, there's a couple million, like £1,000,000 challenges, and it's just what it sounds like. You start with this, much money, and it has to be on a specific farm. So it'd be like, you start on Coldborough Park Farm, sell all your equipment, and you can own these fields, because you own some fields when the game starts, and there's no way to really easily unsell them. I mean, there's a way to do it in the XML file, but just to keep it simple, when you start that map, you own, these 4 fields. Okay, so you own those 4 fields, sell all your equipment, and then swap out the XML file so you have, £1,000,000 or whatever. And within 100 game days, you need to have £1,000,000. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. And that's, to me, that's the fun of watching how people farm, is, what are the different ways that we can get to the same goal. But that, to me, is realistic farming. And I guess that just lends itself to a longer format. And I don't know that people always have the patience or the interest in sticking around to see something that's going to take them that far into the future. So something like, I didn't anticipate that. I mean, there were plenty of signs. I guess I could have anticipated it. I just didn't. So something like 1 F1 race per week. This is going to take us 5 months, but it's not. It's going to be 30 to 40 minutes per week. So I don't know. I mean, that works for me, but I may not be the typical YouTube consumer. So it's hard to say. But I also figure, if there's me out there, and obviously there is. Oh, really, buddy? If there's me out there, and there is, then maybe there's other people out there that like the same thing and are wanting the same thing, and nobody's really doing it. So I'll do it. That'll be me. We'll see. See how it all goes. I'm open to evolving the channel in whatever direction it begins to move in. I have no. I guess I have an idea, but I have no real, like, hard and fast restrictions or limitations on what the channel could or could not become. I don't care, man. I just want to make YouTube videos. I think it's a blast. I also, you know what? I just thought of something. As we were leaving the depot with this crawler tractor, we hooked it. I say, I'm going to check the replay. I say we hooked it on an invisible object, an invisible collision texture. I'm a little irritated about that, because last episode we finished driving a 100,000-pound scraper over and it wasn't. We had to drive it a minimum of 1,000 miles, but we ended up driving it 1,400 miles with no damage. We didn't hook it on anything. That never happened. So I'm a little, maybe just a little irritated. Just a tiny bit. But it's all good. It's just a game. Nobody cares. So we'll get this delivered. Super stoked about our new truck. Really enjoying it. And put this one into edit, and then I got to go hop on F1 2017. Drive around Sochi. And this didn't take too long. We're already in Albuquerque. We're going to make our way to the northwest. And still no date for when the Oregon DLC is going to drop, but I think it's got to be soon. Oregon on ATS, Baltic states on ETS, F1 2018, Farm Simulator 2019 is coming out in October. Assetto Corsa Competizione is supposed to be out. Well, it says summer 2018. Man, it's summer of 2018. Where my game at? I'm trying to think what else is coming out. It's supposed to be something else. I thought there was one more game. But yeah, man, it's going to be... There's going to be a lot of simulation gaming stuff happening right around the same time. Always exciting. Well, for me it is. I don't know how you get down. So gun shy. Those first couple episodes, I hit like 2 cars in 2 consecutive episodes, not stopping in time. Me, not them. This truck is not super loud or super raucous or rowdy, but it's got a really nice tone to it. It's got some good layers in the sound, like as far as the turbo and the intake and everything. Gonna swing it wide. Really liking this truck. You know, I was so frustrated by the Viper 389 Viper. It's such a great truck, and it has so many cool features, and it's just super cool all over. Except for the mirrors. You know, those frame rate killing mirrors. And I took a look. Well, I mean, I know it's a problem because I've seen people talking about it online. I know it's not just me. I took a look in some of the XML files about trying to sort it out myself, and I thought, you know, maybe this is just some simple adjustment, like a, you know, clip distance or something, maybe whatever, and then we just do this, and then we just do this, and everything will be cool. But I never was able to isolate anything or figure out like a potential solution to it. So unfortunately I wasn't able to use it. And even when they patch it, it's like it never... I mean, I've seen people talking about it, so it does definitely seem to be a problem, but anytime it gets patched, it never really gets fixed. All right. Where you want this? Looks like all the way down. Oh, okay. It just... If I saw that properly, it's just straight through, or is it from the other end? Sorry, I'm going to cheat a little bit. That's just straight in. Okay. No problem. Piece of cake. As long as I don't hit this gantry, which I've been known to do. Man, I think I've been known to do about every dumb thing there is in this game. Right. Okay. Super cool. So I'm going to set the brake and go outside again. It's not really much of a screenshot because you can see that big green box. So it goes, right? Let's see how we did. $17,000. Oh, hey, we leveled up. Very cool. Okay, let's assign our point. Long distance. That's not really. I guess we'll do fuel. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.